Melanie Fiona Hallim, known professionally as Melanie Fiona, is a Canadian R&B recording artist. She was born and raised in Toronto. She started her career in 2002 as part of a Canadian musical girl band trio X-Quisite that was nominated for R&B Soul Recording of the Year for the band's album X-Quisite. She went on to be part of the Renaissance, and under the name Syren Hall, recorded some reggae songs. Hallim's debut solo album The Bridge was released in 2009, having collaborated with Future Cut, Vada Nobles, Stereotypes, Jay Phoenix and Peter Wade Keusch. Her debut single, Give It To Me Right, was sent to radio stations on February 28, 2009, and peaked at number 20 on the Canadian Hot 100 chart and number 41 on the UK Singles Chart. The second single, It Kills Me, became her breakout song on the Billboard Hot 100 where it entered the top 50, along with topping the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart. The song earned Hallim a Grammy Award nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. The song Monday Morning is her biggest hit in Europe to date. The Bridge also earned her a NAACP Image Award nomination for Outstanding New Artist. In 2012, Hallim won 2 Grammy Awards for Best Traditional R&B Performance and Best R&B Song for the song Fool for You with CeeLo Green. Life and career. 1983 2005, early life and career beginnings Melanie Fiona Hallim was born on July 4, 1983, in Toronto, Canada. She is the daughter and second child of Guyanese immigrant parents, who immigrated to Canada in the late 1970s. Her parents are of African, Indian, and Portuguese descent. Her father was a janitor before working in finance, and her mother worked in banking. Hallim began writing songs at age 16. Living in a music-filled household, Hallim says she always knew music was her passion. Her father was a guitarist in a band and would allow her to sit on the stage when she was younger as he would play. 2002 2005, part of X-Quisite. In 2002, Hallim was part of a girl group called X-Quisite alongside Nicole Honus and Nirvana Savory. Signed to Warner Music, the group released their self-titled debut studio album X-Quisite in 2003. In 2004, during the Juno Awards, the Canadian equivalent of the US Grammys, the band was nominated as one of 5 finalists for R&B Soul Recording of the Year for the album X-Quisite. The group had a number of singles from the album, notably Bad Girl, and No Regrets. The group disbanded in 2005. 2005 2007, The Renaissance/Syren Hall/Others, she was also in a group called The Renaissance with rapper Drake. Early in her career, she would perform at nightclubs in Toronto. In 2005, Hallim traveled to Los Angeles, in search of a recording contract. According to Hallim, record labels loved the way she looked and sung, but she knew that the minute I worked with them or would have signed with them, they would have tried to change me into someone else completely different. That was something that I didn't want to do. She went on to co-write songs for recording artists Rihanna and Cardinal Official, working with, amongst others, super producer Mike City. Hallim also recorded the reggae song Somebody Come Get Me under the stage name Syren Hall, which was included in the Reggae Gold 2008 compilation album. Solo years 2007 2010, The Bridge. Entrepreneur Steve Rifkin discovered and signed Hallim to SRC Records and Universal Motown through Title IX in 2007. She went on to tour with Kanye West in his Glow in the Dark tour prior to completing her debut album. Hallim met with recording artist Jay-Z and his friend Titi. She played them some of her music and was then signed to be managed by Roc Nation. She released her debut album, The Bridge, in June 2009, which has sold 248,000 copies in the United States. Beyond Race magazine ranked Hallim among 50 emerging artists of 2009. Several singles were released from the album, including It Kills Me, which topped the Billboard Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart for 10 weeks and earned her a Grammy Award nomination at the 52nd Grammy Awards for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Other singles that were released were Sad Songs was released in April 2009 in the UK only as a digital download, with a reggae-tinged song Somebody Come Get Me, and Island Boy as B-sides. Sad Songs did not chart in the UK. Give It To Me Right was the first official single from The Bridge. The song peaked at number 41 in the UK but failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. It did, however, reach number 57 on the US Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart and at number 41. Monday Morning charted in Switzerland and Poland at number 1 and in Austria at number 5. It was released as the third US single, however, Bang Bang was sent to radio as the second Canadian single for Canadian Top 40 and Hot AC Play. Due to Priceless not being released in Canada, Monday Morning will serve as the fifth single in Canada due to Hot Adult Contemporary radio station CKZZ-FM in Vancouver having the song on its playlist. I-Yo was released as the fourth official single from The Bridge, according to Hallim's website and Twitter. The music video premiered on April 12, 2010. Priceless will be the fifth U.S. single due to airplay on urban adult contemporary stations. Due to Priceless not being released in Canada, Monday Morning will be released to Canadian stations as the fifth single, even though Monday Morning appeared as the third American single. Hallim participated in We Are the World 25 for Haiti to benefit after the 2010 Haiti earthquake. She began touring with Alicia Keys as an opening act on the Freedom Tour in 2010. The album spawned 6 singles with one being It Kills Me, which reached the top spot on US R&B chart. 2011 Euro 2012, EMF Live. In 2011, Hallim began recording her second studio album. The lead single was titled Gone and Never Coming Back. The single peaked at 37 on US R&B chart, becoming her second highest peaking song on the R&B chart so far. Later on that year Fiona released her second single, 4am was sent to urban stations on August 30, 2011. 4am peaked on the US R&B chart at number 8, the song was about a lover who had gone out and was cheating on her. The album was released on March 20, 2012. On January 2, 2012, she performed O Canada at the NHL Winter Classic between the New York Rangers and Philadelphia Flyers at Citizens Bank Park. 2013 A Euro Present, Awake, a newly independent artist, Fiona is currently planning her third album Awake and promoting her new single Cold Peace. On May 12, 2015, she premiered a new song and lyric video Bite the Bullet. Artistry =voice Fiona is a dramatic soprano. Her voice has been referred to as being both soulful and sassy. Some have praised her vocals for being very passionate, but clean and controlled, and not over-the-top singing. Musical style and influences Hallim cites Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Christina Aguilera, Sam Cooke, Sade, Amy Winehouse, India Arie, Patsy Cline and Bob Marley as her musical influences. She also cited Janet Jackson's career as inspirational, who she called an icon. She called Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill the album that changed her perspective, calling it an amazing body of work. She attributes her parents for her vintage sound. Her father was a guitarist in a band, while her mother would sing around the house. She explained that, my parents were big music lovers and played soul music all the time, who would play the Supremes, the Ronettes and Cook, as well as Caribbean music like soca, calypso and reggae. Hallim's occasional songwriting revolves around her personal experiences. She stated that she attempts to keep the songs as universal as possible, unless I am writing about something very personal, even then the themes are universal. She has received comparisons to Amy Winehouse, Lauryn Hill, Macy Gray, Chrisette Michele, Marsha Ambrosius and Jill Scott. Discography: The Bridge, EMF Live, Awake. Awards and nominations: BET Awards 2010, Best New Artist, 2010, Best Female R&B Artist, 2010, BET Centric Award, 2010, Video of the Year It Kills Me, 2012, Best Female R&B Artist. Grammy Awards, 2010, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance, It Kills Me, 2011, Best Rap Sung Collaboration, Wake Up. Everybody with John Legend, The Roots and Common, 2012, Best Traditional R&B Performance, Fool for You with CeeLo Green, 2012. Best R&B Song, Fool for You with CeeLo Green, presented to the songwriter, 2013. Best Traditional R&B Performance, Wrong Side of a Love Song. NAACP Image Awards, 2010, Outstanding New Artist. Juno Awards, 2010, R&B Soul Recording of the Year, The Bridge, 2012, R&B Soul Recording, Gone and Never Coming Back. Soul Train Music Awards, 2010, Best New Artist. ESCA Music Awards, 2010, Best International Album, The Bridge. References. External links, official website, Melanie Fiona at the Internet Movie Database.